Hey, what's up, guys? Today I'm gonna be practicing with the PSAT, which I've never seen before. I actually need to put it up. I need to bring it up on my phone, on my iPad. I mean, but but yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it today because I don't have that much time. So let's start. Let me just go and find the PSAT. 2015, October 28. October 28. All right. And slightly awkward. I'm not sure whether to call this my SAT Solve Live or, but I think it basically is an SAT Solve Live. I think the only reason why anyone would study for the PSAT is not to study for the PSAT, it's for the SAT. I think that's the only reason, right? So I'm gonna continue calling this the SAT Solve Live, even though it's not technically an SAT. Okay, so I actually have not taken a PSAT before, at least not to my awareness, to my knowledge. So not that I'm aware of, slash not to my knowledge, two different phrases. So I'm actually not sure how much easier, quote unquote, this will be. I do know it's supposed to be easier. We'll see. Okay, so that's that. And oops, yeah, there we go. I think there's nothing else for me to say other than quick strategy recap. Oh, right now I'm having some computer problems, so you're gonna see a weird little. Okay, we're back. So quick strategy recap. The way I take the test is I read the passage, then after I read the passage, this is actually unclear. I'm actually saying two different things at once. I probably need to make a script for this, but I'm going to just say it again. So, restart. Strategy recap. Here we go. The way that I take the test, okay, the way that has been working for me and for many, many students who've been giving me feedback on YouTube and Discord, just saying how much their scores have improved, how much their reading has improved, is I just read the passage first, okay? I read it, and as I read it, I build a little map of what the passage is in my head. The better you are at reading, the better this map becomes. The way you do it is basically you're signposting, okay? At every section of the page, like in the top left, middle left, bottom left, top right, middle right, bottom right, third column. You're sort of signposting the different things that are happening. So it doesn't have to be a perfect map. You don't have to remember everything that happens, but you have to at least know what is changing, and to actually recognize that change as it's happening. And so I just read it once, I build that map, and for the purpose of the stream, I actually pause myself and I share that map with you guys so that you can see what it's like for me to do it. And then I move over and then I, excuse me, and then I go into the questions. And as I do the questions, I try to predict the answers to the questions. I don't do it for every single one of them, but for almost every single one of them, I try to predict the answers to the questions before I even look at the answer choices. I find that the answer choices makes it overly confusing. So that's the way that I take the test. You're going to see me do this, and you can decide for yourself whether it seems like something you want to try doing. Okay, that's strategy recap. Now let's get into the passage. Now, I'm noticing that my computer is struggling, which is weird. I don't remember this happening last time. So before I go right into the passage, I want to see if I can do something to make the stream better. So give me a second. Yeah, what's going on? Very weird. Okay, but I'm gonna... Okay, something is using all my computer resources, and I'm not sure what that is. So, I think this is a little awkward, but I think I actually need to restart my computer. I think that'll be the best way. So, uh, just trying to see. It's pretty choppy. Yeah, I think this is bad enough that I should at least try restarting the computer. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Okay. So I'm going to put a notice up. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. A couple programs are acting weird, so let me see if I can fix a couple things that are being weird. Okay, yeah, looks like we're good. We're good to go. All right, so now that the technical issues are out of the way, let's get into it. Passage 1. Here we go. Oh, I just realized I didn't set up my timer. Give me a sec. All right. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Children's book, 2009. Okay, so relatively recent literature set at the turn of the 20th century, 1900s, early 1900s. Wellwood is a author of fantasy books. Okay, fantasy author, born in a mining village. Okay, country house, large family. So she's successful. Okay. Yeah. Wellwood became not willingly she became a matriarch. Okay, she became like the leader. Totofry family. Oh, there's a Totofry family who owns the country house. The innocent and comfortable family, sons and daughters. Wait, children. Are these people her family or? Huh, confusing. Is this her family or is this Totofry family? Or are they the same family? Well, I'm confused. Okay, here we go. Sons and daughters and babies. Feel awkward. Serious things, laughter. Checks that arrived. Both children and adults. Right, because she's a fantasy. These interesting. So this is sort of like a part where we focus more on the reading, her life as a writer. Real to her. The worlds are more real to her than breakfast bedtime. She and Violet alone knew that both worlds were constructed against and despite the pinch life against and despite the pinch life of Ash. It was like a, okay, it's rough. Mining life is rough. It's kind of like a escape. Or a real, okay, her fantasy was a real reality. That she was, like, the fantasy was reality. It's like a paradox. She's not an artist. Made this world. I would say this passage is not easier than the SAT. She could not, did not imagine any of them. And I think that Todafred, that's her family or something. It's kind of confusing, but yeah. She could not, did not imagine any of the inhabitants wanted to leave it. Okay, so one thing is this garden is a central setting in her, you know, in her stories. She had to ignore a great deal in order to persist in her calm lit. 1901, she had popular success with a collection of tales. Okay. So we're zooming back, flashing back. This is actually interesting. So two different works here. Two different works. 1, 2. There's an interview. There's a photographer. Violet did not appear. Louisa Catchpole, this young, fashionable magazine young woman. You could have heard amongst. Okay. The children love it. Huh. What? I am actually legitimately confused by this. Because this was not... I don't think there was any clue for what this means. Like, there was no sense that this is the kind of writing she did. I'm kind of confused right now. Took pictures of the cupboard. Imaginatively decorated covers. Who decorated this? The children themselves? I'm confused. Strong beliefs about, okay, her sort of philosophy here coming out. Education philosophy. Regretful family. Oh. Her family is like a... This 6:15. Wow, holy crap, that was hard actually, yo. Stop. Her family was the family is interesting. The family is all these children. She's like an there's no clue for this. What the hell? There was no clue. It's like not an orphanage. What do you call it? Like well, maybe like an orphanage. Maybe she's, you know, what the hell, man? That is messed up. Why would the College Board not at least give you a clue? Because it's not in the passage at all, and it's not something it's not something that's very easy to imagine. That's insane, dude. That's messed up. Okay. Anyway, here's my map of the passage. Here we go. Map of the passage. I'm gonna look away. So This is just from memory. It's my first time reading this ever. 6 minutes, 15 seconds. Took me a long time to read this, honestly. My computer is still struggling, but I don't know how to fix it. So, you know what? This lag, we're just going to have to live with it, huh? Sorry about it. It's really terrible. You know what? Maybe doing this at least will help. Maybe. God, my computer's really struggling right now. I'm just looking at some of these. I wasn't, you know, when I was taking the test, I couldn't see how bad it was. Hopefully it's a little better now. Hopefully. It's rough. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what to do other than I just need to keep going, I guess. Ugh. Yeah, okay. Map of the passage. So you should be able to see my my iPad. I'm not looking at anything. This is just from memory. Here we go. First column. Olive and her family are introduced in this house. Lots of children, many children, which I guess is the first kind of clue. Many children, very strange. I'm like, total fright. What's this family, right? And you know what? I don't even know if did Olive have a last name that's not Total Fright? That's kind of confusing, okay? But basically there was Total Fright. Oh, dude, my frames are getting worse. Okay, how can I fix this? There is one way I can fix this. Okay, I think... Now, you won't be able to see my iPad. Oh, that's probably should, but now I need to... My God, I need to double check. Okay, go. Dude, what the heck? I don't remember having such problems last time when I was in Korea. Okay, let me see. Is this getting... No, it's still bad. Still bad. Oh, dude, this is so bad. Okay, let me check many things to see if I can force this to work at least. Okay, it's still not good. All my frames are still messed up. Huh. I'm just taking some emergency measures to try to see if I can fix my frame rates. Holy crap. Well, dude, I don't know what to do. This is so messed up. Okay, I gotta refresh. I gotta restart something. You know what? I think I have to stop after this first passage. This first passage is gonna be is gonna be the end of the stream, guys. This is way too rough. Okay, I have to figure out how to solve this technical problem before I continue the stream. So I'm just going to be doing the first passage only. My God. Like, even there's still some lag right now, but at least it's still kind of doable. Oh, dude. Yeah, this is way more normal, I think. Way more normal. Okay, but it's really hard to monitor what's happening now because I had to turn my monitor off. Okay, yeah, this works. Whew. Okay, I'm gonna do the map of the passage again. All right, here we go. Map of the passage, restart. Map of the passage, restart from the very beginning. Okay, all right, here we go. So, from memory, here's what I remember. Okay, top left, there's a Total Fry family. There's a family mansion, bunch of children. Not sure. Olivewood Wellwood is, I think, her last name. So her last name is not Wellwood, right? So the Total Fry family is confusing because there's all these children and it's her family. In fact, the blurb, if anything, was more confusing than it has to be. It actually makes it more confusing with the blurb than without the blurb. That's messed up, I think. The College Board should not have done that. It's like, should have said with her family and a lot of children, something like that, to make it much clearer exactly what's happening. It was like intentionally confusing or something. Messed up, honestly. Anyway, so the Total Fry family is a bunch of children, lots of children, and young and old, but it's a little unclear what this young and old thing is, but anyway, lots of children. More than you would expect one family to have, I guess, okay? Then bottom left, or middle left, bottom left is when we start talking about how she's getting, money from her writing, her admirers sending like letters and whatnot, and her sister, I forgot the sister's name now, Olive and Raw, I think R, it starts with the R, but R, I'm going to call her R right now, Rodriga? Okay, anyway, her sister is Violet, maybe, Violet. Okay, you know what, sister. I'm just gonna call her sister. Her sister is one of the only. Her and her sister are the only ones who know who are really in the know or something like that. Okay, I think that's in the bottom left. Now, top right. I don't remember what happens at the top right, and with all these technical issues, I actually kind of lost track of things. But I'd say something like in the top right, family. We do a flashback. That's what happens in the top right. Top right, there's a flashback, 1901 or something like that, where she was very successful with like these two different kinds of stories that came out. And I'm gonna go back and look at those two stories once I start time to see if I missed something about the character of the stories, or the nature of the stories, because something that came out later on in the third column was very confusing to me. So I'm gonna go double check after my map of the passage. And then bottom right talks about how she got an interview with this photographer from a young woman from a fashionable magazine, a photographer. They come in and they're taking photos of her reading to the children. Now, presumably this is at Total Fry, the house, the mansion, okay, which I was unclear on at the time, but it seems like they're at the mansion, okay. Now, top left now on the second page, it's the third column. It says something like there's children. Children have like this imaginative power, and you need to respect it and stuff like that. Oh no, bottom right to the top left. Okay, into the third column. Now it's talking about like how the children were asked to show their books, and then everyone gets this imaginative book. Everyone gets to decorate their own book or something like that, and this puzzled the interviewer. But then this leads into a whole thing about how Olive believes that every child it's really important for every child to be able to like imagine things in their education process. The power of imagination is super, super important, something like that. And so the final paragraph is kind of detailing her like philosophy, and that's how it ends. And the key thing to understand is it's like maybe an orphanage, maybe something like that, but there's all these children who live in the Total Fright house, along with Olive and her sister, and they're all like having fun, and they read books and they make their own books. Okay, how are you supposed to freaking figure that out on your first time? How does the college board expect you to figure that out when they're very confusing with their blurb, when they just say lives in this mansion with her family? Extremely misleading, very unfair, I think, for the college board to do that. But that is my map of the passage. I'm pretty confident I understood it correctly. Maybe there's some wiggle room though. Maybe I made some, because some of this I had to kind of imagine the connection, and I do think that's a little messed up, honestly, of the college board to do. Okay, here we go, right into the passage now. Or no, I'm gonna restart time, and then I'm gonna start by going into the what do you call it? Into the passage, just to clarify some things to myself. 3, 2, 1, let's go. The tails, and then okay. So no, those are just regular tails, and obviously the sister Violet doesn't come out, but then which one was the favorite tale, and then they were baffled that everyone had their own story which was being added to. They're actually creating their own story and creating their own book, right? And the imaginative, so did not leave their childhood. Okay, something like, okay, I got roughly what that means. So 650. Oh, sorry, what the, pause, I'm having technical problems with my pencil. Oh my god, so many technical problems today. Holy crap, I need to charge my pencil. Give me a second. Oh. Guys, what a rough day for streaming. It's my first day streaming on this iPad. But didn't I stream yesterday? No, I didn't stream at all. It's my first time streaming with this monitor, with this iPad. So there's some problems that I did not anticipate. And so rough start, honestly. But guys, thanks for understanding. And this is going to be a very messy stream today. And I will end it after the first passage. I'm going to end it after the first passage. I'm going to do a redo of... I'm going to... Yeah, I need to redo the passages. I need to redo the stream tomorrow with like some troubleshooting in advance, okay? So for now, I'm just going to finish these questions. Okay, so let me just double check that my pencil's roughly charged. Okay, it's at 4%, so that's a little too small. That's a little too little. It's a little too little. It's a little too little. So I'm going to wait a little longer. Okay. Wow. And just random thought. It must be... Is it 4:40 p.m. right now in New York? 4:40 p.m. in New York? It's 4:40 p.m. in New York on Sunday, I think. So it's an unusual time. I don't usually stream on Sundays 4:40 p.m. so I don't know. But yeah, having I'm kind of curious if people will be watching streams on the SAT during the summer. I feel like that's not going to be the case. So I'm kind of curious, like if there are people out there that are actually going to be studying for the SAT. Ooh, I need to say that back into the mic. But if there are people out there that are going to be studying the SAT during the summer, like, is that like part of your plans? I'm kind of curious what's happening there. Okay, so I think my pencil should be charged enough to finish this passage. Wow, so many technical issues today. Sorry guys about the inconvenience. So going right back into the passage. Okay. Okay, my pencil is working fine now. And I'm at 650 now, 650, because I went back and reread some parts to sort of clarify some things that were a little making me uncomfortable about this passage. Okay, but I think my interpretation in the map of the passage was pretty much correct. Here we go. Let's get into the questions. 3, 2, 1, let's go. The main purpose of the passage is to talk about to portray this lady, central character, to her work and her family life. Yeah, family is such a strange word, but maybe it really is just her family. Maybe she just has a huge family. Okay. Maybe it's, yeah, you know what? It's her large family. Maybe she's older now. She's like a grandma. Okay. No, it's a family. It's not an orphanage. Okay. Wow, that was rough. Okay. Chosen response to certain disturbing aspects of life involves escaping and creating a new world. Okay. Overlook their existence. Natural surroundings, she didn't have natural surroundings. Okay, she didn't actually have them. So I'm gonna look for overlooking their existence, which is at the bottom over here. Constructed. Continuous inventive willpower. By willpower. Overlooking is such a weird word for this, but I don't love this thing, but anyway, I think, yeah, this up until 24 should be okay. Oh, after 24? Let's look at after 24, okay. That's weird. 24, in weak moments she thought of her garden. No, that doesn't help. What? Okay, let's look at 6 through 11, 33, 36. Let's look at 33, 36. And she had to ignore, there we go. Imagine. Kind of don't love it, but at least it gives, I feel like that's not the best question really, but at least the word ignore directly connects to overlook, so I'm pretty confident now in those two answer choices. Here we go. Her stories knew better, 33. Her stories knew better. I don't remember this sentence, so I have to go back. And she had to ignore, though her stories knew better. She could not imagine any of her her stories knew that people really have to leave their walled gardens, have to face life. Her stories are from judgmental, nope. Factually, nope. Nope. A realistic understanding, yep. Okay, 920. The inclusion narrative of Louisa Catchpole in her magazine article. Okay, has the effect of explaining more of what Olive believes. Popularity works, but is that all? Of illustrating a view of her image. That also works. But it's broad enough that I prefer B over A. Necessity. It's not focusing on establishing it. It's not an argument. That shape the household? Theories is a little off. So I guess the most general and factual one is B. Okay, but so let me go double check. It's just a particular view, because then we get all of this. The interviews appeared under this headline, and we get all these, what she said. Her grateful family extended far beyond the pretty children. She opined, right, said. Okay, yeah, so all of that is just from her perspective. So I think B is more or less correct. Now, holy crap, 1050. This is so taking me so long compared to usually how long fiction passages take me. Views and her family with admiration. Just, yeah, admiration. Best evidence, look at, it's gonna be on this column I feel like, but here we go. Where do we get the admiration? But those are just the beliefs themselves. I have to do process elimination because I can't find admiration right away. 49 probably is not good. 53. Okay, let's look at 49 first. The interviewer wrote relevantly. No, but that's only of the listeners. 53, she asked the children. That's only of the readers. 65. Oh, they did feel special. Who's Phyllis? Who the hell is Phyllis? Okay, I think it's probably... Anyway, it's not going to be the right answer anyway. 67. What? There's not really strong admiration? I mean, writing reverently, only those two words? Really? Dude, that's not good. I don't like this question. I don't know. I must be doing something wrong, okay? I don't know. I'm struggling with this one. Which choice best captures what is meant by entering into the style? 53. Oh, okay. Kind of imitating the style of Olive. Yeah. The detail that writes an ongoing story illustrates. Oh, she writes an ongoing story. Dude, I had no idea that Olive really believes in the particular imaginative life of each kid. To her, I mean, kind of. I mean, yeah, I guess that's a sort of lame answer, but that's good. Stop. 1325, guys. Holy crap. This passage is messed up. This passage is messed up. I need to go back and review it, honestly, but I think this passage is messed up. I don't know why. Now, maybe I'm just rusty today. Maybe I'm not having the best day today just because the technical issues and whatever, and also being in Korea and jet lagged and, sleeping for 5 hours, maybe, but I don't think so. I think this passage is just messed up. And the questions are messed up. I think they're a little overly difficult is what I think is happening. And I don't think they're necessarily written in a clean way. Now, I can only say this again with confidence after I review it and double check if I was making a bunch of dumb mistakes. Okay? So should I do that right now is the question. No, I'm not going to do it. The reason is I want to, in my SAT Solve Live series, I want to show you how I actually manage time as well. But if I look at the answers now, it's going to change that. You don't do that on the real test. You don't double check the answer. Like, you don't get an answer key after a passage. That doesn't happen on the real test. I think my cat just dropped something. Anyway, so you don't get to see the answer key on the real test, which means and if you did, that would definitely change the way you take the test. And so if I do that right now, that would change the way I take the rest of the test. I want to keep, I had a hard start, right? 1325 for one passage is not typical for me. That means that when I do the stream again, like tomorrow, the next day, when I have time, you're going to be, and when I can fix all those technical issues, you're going to be able to see how I take the test when I know that I'm taking too much time on the first passage. So I think that's a better stream overall. So I'm not going to check the answers, but I do have to finish the stream now. So yeah, let's get into it. Oh man, rough morning. Holy crap. 45 minutes, almost 50 minutes just for, actually maybe more than, I think I started before 5 a.m. I think I started like 4:50 or something. So it took me like an hour to get through one passage because of all those technical issues. Rough day today. So guys, that's the end for today's stream. I gotta prepare for my day. So I'll see you guys again when I can have a smoother stream. All right. Until then, good luck out there. Keep on growing. Peace.